Hello, folks. I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream. But we are here. I'm just looking at Facebook there, and there is a huge delay. So just bear with me. Hold on. I hope you all can see me. We'll see if my bait comes up. Oh, there I am. It's actually just came up, believe it or not, when you are watching this. It's just came up on Facebook. Right, folks, first of all, I am so sorry. We were having major technicals there. Just what I need at the end of this day that I have had. Well, anyway, welcome to the Chatter House. It's nice to be back. It's nice to be back after a week off, but I didn't really have a week off. I'm sitting with these earphones on. Hold on. I didn't really have a week off. I've been here, there, and everywhere, as you know. Last weekend, I was at the Mind, Body, and Spirit Fest. I know some of the people on TikTok have already heard this, and they're probably sick of listening to it, but I have to tell the Chatterhouse because that's my home. So basically, I was at I can't speak, the Mind, Body, and Spirit Festival over in London all weekend. That was from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 3 days non-stop readings for people, and I was friggin' knackered. We got back on Tuesday night. That's why there was no Chatterhouse last week. And it's just been non-stop since then. It just has been non-stop, just catching up with everything and whatever. But it's lovely to be back. If any of the admins are in the chat there who hasn't used their at everyone, could you put an at everyone in the comments, please, and highlight or maybe bring the people in, because I had to create another event there because the last event didn't work. I was going to beat it through the window there. So one of the admins could put an at everyone who haven't used theirs into the comments. That'll make everybody aware in the group that we are live. Tim for Life has just come in over on YouTube. Sorry, Tim, for the delay, but we were having majors. We were having majors, now ready for throwing the heap out the window. I'm actually glad that you are in tonight, Tim, because maybe you are going to be able to help me tonight for our I don't even know what shape of the stuff that is going to be happening here, but we'll see how we go. I don't know how far the delay is, but once again, if one of the admins of the group who haven't used their at everyone today, please could to put it in the comments there, highlight it and put it in the comments to bring someone in. I would really appreciate it, please, because I'm sure people maybe weren't notified. I don't know what's happened. I let you away, but Tim says I beat the big of you. I am telling you here. Right, okay, well, let's see who's in. While we're waiting for everybody to come through the door. And then we're going to begin a couple of wee videos to show you as well. And also as well, at the sort of halfway through, we are going to be showing you we're going to show you some of the antics, what has been going on since we came back. Right, so let's see who's through the door. Right, okay. It's not going to take long. Okay, so straight through the door is our Samuel. Our Sam's in. Sam's through the door. Hello, Stuart. Michelle McGroganson, Miss Chatterhouse yourself. Good evening. All apologies for the delay. Yes, I'm ready for throwing this freaking thing out the window there. Sam says, hi, everyone. Our Phyllis is in. Phyllis is in. Feliz Navidad. It's going to be one of these nights. Our Phyllis is in. My local historian is in. Our Carrie Ferguson is through the door as well. Hello, all. Definitely just be listening tonight. Phone on charge. Kids need to be put to bed. Put them into bed, dear. Phyllis Morris is saying, Phyllis is watching. Hi, Phyllis, love. So let's fly through all the names that are watching. Don't forget, it's the rules of the Chatter House. You will not be mentioned unless you comment. That's the rules of the Chatter of the House. Our Tracy Wee Wheels is in. Our Tracy, since that long since I was talking to our Tracy this morning. It seems that long ago, honest to God, since I was talking to her. Our Tracy's in. Right, Phyllis is saying, yep. The Sam, what Sam say? Fellas, I hope you're watching all the memes I sent you. Yes, you make sure you're watching them memes, fellas. Our Sammy at that bake off, he's here. There's our Marianne. Okay, I'm waiting on you on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok right there. Have to give TikTok a wee bit of a break now and again. They'll be sick looking up, man. Oh, by the way, Tim, Sam says for your information, just to let you know, that he is Tim. I'm in my bedroom tonight, not on the throne yet. Just to let you. Has your channel got a new name? The Chatter House, sponsored by Chicken Chat. Frig off you, Tim. I get the pick of you. Who's that? There's our Linda Crawford. Nice to see you, Linda. God, I haven't seen you for a while, my love. Hope you're well. Maria says, oh, well, but I'm here, love. That's good. Right, folks. Our Michelle has put an at highlight in. If Carrie's still listening in the background, could our Carrie put an at everyone in, please, if you possible? As you seem to be the only two admins in tonight. Killian and AJ is getting a bit of work done to the house tomorrow, so they're probably preparing. Wow. Tim, I actually see what you mean there because I spelled. You miss nothing. Honest to God, you know something? I'm just going to hide it now. You've upset me. You've upset me. Right, okay. So, as I say, it's been non-stop since we've come back. I'm just going to plug it because this is part of my group, or our group. So I'm just going to plug it. Okay, I've just been busy. I'm the same, Linda. Anybody knows, before we begin tonight, I launched a new website 2 days ago. It's a new website which is connected to my readings. And it's www.psychicintheprovince.co.uk, where all the bookings for my readings and stuff are there from now on. And also, that's my new website. And I am very proud of myself because I did it all myself. I didn't get any help. No assistance. Well, our James Farsight Medium helped me a wee bit just to do the T's and C's. No, Marie, it's not scary, love. It's metal K tonight. No, so that's all set up. So it's www.psychicintheprovince.co.uk. Well, let me do that, everyone, on the page. That's all right, Carrie, love. That's no problem. So that's all been going on. So, tonight. Tonight we are going. It's not a long night tonight, folks, because I know we're a wee bit later tonight and whatever. And I apologize, I had to change the time, but I will explain that later. Why? You're actually going to see why we had to change the time tonight. Christ. Okay. So tonight, as you've seen by the title, we're going to have a wee bit of a joke at the unknown. Now, it's not a spooky night. It's not a spooky night because I'm Maria at herself. It's more or less case. There's 3 short videos here tonight, and basically what it is, you'll know the first one you'll know. The second one you might not know. Tim for Life might know. Tim for Life says hello to everybody in the Chatter House, by the way. Tim for Life will know the first 2. I would say the second one I am not sure about. The first one everybody knows about. The second one we're not so sure about, and the third one is completely different to the first 2. So there's that's as clear as muck, right? So, first of all, Linda says my favorite and speciality. Well, Linda, it's a wee bit different tonight. It's not really sort of paranormal and anything like that. Investigations. This is more to do with, how could you put it, cases that we have heard about and we've always wondered, is this bloody true? You know, this has been going on for so long. You know, is there something behind it? You know, because we've been hearing about it for years. And, you know, has anybody ever got to the bottom of it? And the first one is a classic that we're going to look at tonight. And believe it or not, we're going to Scotland. Actually going to Scotland for the first 2, so our Tim will be pleased. And we're actually going to look at our Nessie herself, the Loch Ness Monster. Now, before I put the video up, no, I'll wait till afterwards and then I'll ask you what you think. So this video generally is a little bit about the Loch Ness monster. I think I haven't really seen all of it myself, to be honest with you. So generally, it's about it shows you, when these things started, what people have seen. Did they see anything? Was it a load of crap? or, or is there something behind this? Because as you know, this has been going on for years and years and years and years and years. And really, do we know if there's something there or not? So, fingers crossed this works. Let's get the video up and have a wee look. So, here we go. Keep your fingers crossed, folks, because this has been freaking me up all day. So, here we go. Right, we'll say, Harold, we'll say.
Deep in the Scottish Highlands, beneath the dark, mysterious waters of Loch Ness, lies a legend that has captivated imaginations for centuries. Some call it a monster. We call it Nessie. But where did this myth begin? Could there be truth beneath the surface? Let's dive into the mystery of Nessie, the Loch Ness monster. The name Nessie comes from Loch Ness, a 23-mile-long freshwater lake located in the Scottish Highlands near.
Can I just say something, folks? I'm sorry to stop this so soon. Does not look absolutely stunning. Does not look absolutely beautiful. Even just to go and see that alone is absolutely amazing. It's not a beautiful place.
Near the city of Inverness. The term loch is the Scottish Gaelic word for lake or sea inlet. Add a friendly sounding I to Ness and you get Nessie, Scotland's most famous mythical creature. The legend of a monster in Loch Ness dates back to 565 AD, when Irish monk St. Columba reportedly encountered a water beast in the River Ness, and the creature fled, one of the earliest written accounts of something lurking in the waters. But the modern Nessie frenzy began in 1933, when a couple claimed to have seen a large whale-like creature rolling through the water. Just a year later came the infamous surgeon's photograph, a long neck rising from the loch sparking global curiosity. Decades later the photo was revealed to be a hoax, but by then Nessie was already a star. Since then there have been over 1,000 reported sightings. Some say they saw humps, others describe a serpentine shape, and some heard splashes in still waters. The legend only grows with every story. Loch Ness is no ordinary lake. It holds more water than all the lakes in England and Wales combined, reaching depths of 755 feet, 230 metres. Its murky waters are ideal for hiding secrets. Visitors flock to Urquhart Castle, perched dramatically on the loch's edge, hoping for a glimpse. Locals and tourists alike scan the waves daily. There's even a Loch Ness Centre and exhibition in Drumnadrochit, dedicated entirely to Nessie's story. So, what exactly does Nessie look like? Descriptions vary, but the most popular image is of a long-necked creature with a small head, much like a plesiosaur, a prehistoric marine reptile. Others describe a massive eel, or even a giant fish. Sonar and underwater scans have picked up strange shapes, some explainable, others not. And in 2019, a scientific team suggested that Nessie could be a giant European eel, based on high concentrations of eel DNA in the loch. Could Nessie be a remnant of the Ice Age, a clever hoax, or just the human mind seeing monsters in the mist? Whatever the truth, the Loch Ness Monster has become a symbol of Scottish folklore, curiosity and mystery. Nessie has inspired books, films, scientific expeditions and an entire tourism industry. And even if science says no, the heart of Scotland says maybe. Whether Nessie is fact or folklore, one thing is certain. The story has stood the test of time, and maybe, just maybe, she's still out there, beneath the waves, watching. Hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more deep dives into Scotland's history and legends. Until next time, keep your eyes on the loch.
And there you go. Just a wee short one. Oh, where'd I go? I told you I'm not very good at this. This is doing my head in the night, folks. Hold on. Oh, there I am. So there you go. As I say, I'm keeping these videos short tonight because I don't want to bore the life out of you. Matt says, I heard he was a whale's PP as they breached the surface. Oh, she must have been a big fish. It's desperate. Linda Crawford says, my son is stationed not far from Inverness. And Michelle McCrogan says, my daughter lives near Inverness. And Tim for Life, first of all, said that was his outdoor pool. And he's also saying Loch Ness is beautiful to visit. I've been on a boat tour there. Oh, Tim, I wouldn't go on a boat if that big thing come up at me. I'd be knocked out of the boat there. I don't think I'd find. Do you know something? I've been lying too long this week. That's what's wrong with me. No, I couldn't cope. So, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think there's something there? What do you think? It's been going on forever. Tim, you're in Scotland there. Scotland. You're in Scotland. You know, you know, Linda says, well, if we believe in our folklore, the Fae, we have to believe in this. And the thing about it is, if I can remember correctly, in that video, it said one of the very first sighting of Nessie was something BC. Oh my God. What? I didn't know that. I thought this all started in the 70s or something, or, maybe in the 60s or the 70s. You know what I mean? But didn't realize it would go back as far as BC. It's just unbelievable. What the rest is, I just don't know. It's weird. There's a lot of stuff. Sam says he's not sure. Maria says no chance. Maybe you chit yourself there if it could hear you. I just don't know. I really, really don't know. But there's one of these things that we sit and wish secretly that it is true, because obviously it's been going on for so long. If you go on to YouTube, there's a load of videos about the Loch Ness Monster and stuff. There's theories. There's people who go and look for Nessie. There's been investigations on YouTube. And honestly, I couldn't do them all tonight. You'd be here for about 19 weeks. There's so much information about Nessie. But what I'm going to say is, Sam says that goes back hundreds of years. Absolutely, Sam. But it's not just Nessie. Maria says she'd be awake a calf. But actually, these cigarettes would do your head in. It's not just Nessie that is in Scotland, because did you like that? Whilst I was having a look for bits and pieces to do tonight, I came across another one. Linda says we also have an island of the dead in Fermanagh, where the serpent people have been seen. Oh, Michelle says I think we should go on a coach trip and meet up with Tim and have him tell us all about it. And Tim says, of course it's true. You see anything in Scotland after a good drink, lovely. But Tim and everybody else, that's not the only one. That's not the only one, because there's another one, and I'm going to show you this one as well. This one's got more of a Scottish name. As far as I know, this one is called, if I can find it here, Morag. Or Morag or something. So let's have a wee look at this one and see what this is about. Hopefully I'll not frig the video up here. So let's see.
The remote and picturesque Loch in Scotland has been the subject of legends and folklore for centuries. Among the most intriguing and enduring of these legends is the tale of a mysterious creature said to inhabit the Loch's depths, known as Morag. The Loch, located in the Scottish Highlands, is the fifth deepest loch in Scotland and one of the deepest in the British Isles, with a depth of over 1,000 feet. Reported sightings of this creature date back to the late 19th century, with accounts describing a creature similar in appearance to the more famous Loch Ness monster, known as Nessie. The first recorded sighting of a creature in Loch was in 1887, when a local fisherman named Duncan Grant claimed to have seen a large, serpentine creature in the loch. Grant's story was met with skepticism by many, and the creature was largely forgotten until 1969, when a local hotel owner named Alexander McIntyre reported seeing a large, humped creature while fishing in the loch. Since then, there have been over 30 reported sightings of the creature. Alexander Carmichael, a collector of folklore at the turn of the last century, gathered stories about Morag from people living near the loch. His scripts were uncovered by the Carmichael Watson Project at the University of Edinburgh Library, and were written in 1902. Carmichael's writings paint a conflicting view of Morag. On the one hand, she is presented as a mermaid-like character with flowing hair, while another description paints her as a grim reaper whose sighting was viewed as a death omen. In his texts, Carmichael states, Morag is always seen before a death and before a drowning. A number of theories have been put forward to explain its existence. Some have suggested that it is a giant eel or a surviving plesiosaur, a marine reptile from the Jurassic period. Others have claimed that it is simply a large sturgeon or a swimming elephant. However, there is no scientific evidence that any of these creatures actually inhabit Loch Morar. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, interest in the Loch Morar monster has persisted. In 1970, the Loch Ness Investigation Bureau, LNIB, sent a team of investigators to Loch Morar to search for the creature. The team, led by naturalist and author Tim Dinsdale, conducted a thorough search of the loch, but were unable to find any evidence of the creature's existence. In 1972, a second expedition was conducted, using a submersible to search the deeper parts of the loch, but again, no evidence of the creature was found. In the years that followed, a number of other investigations have been conducted, including a sonar survey in 1999, which found a large object lying on the bottom of the loch, but it was later revealed to be a large rock formation. Despite the lack of any concrete evidence, many local residents and visitors to the area still report seeing the creature and the...
I just want to say something, Noel. I know these photographs are not very big, but I'm just going to be honest with you, it does not look absolutely stunning as well, that place. Carrie says, does Loch Morar... Here, Tim, maybe you know, dear. Does Loch Morar connect to Loch Ness? Could they be the same creature, or are they prehistoric creatures? Was that all one body of water and they have been separated? Carrie says she needs to look into this. It's fascinating.
And the legend of the Loch Morar monster continues to endure. The Lake Morar is still an area of interest for cryptozoologists and others which are convinced of the creature's existence.
And there you go. Just do another wee short one there. Let me see if I can bring myself back up here again without freaking this up. Hold on, still here. This thing has been doing my head in, honestly. Hold on. Let me see. Bear with me, folks. Having technicals here tonight. This is desperate. This is doing my head in. Hold on. There, I'm back. Right, so there you go. There's Loch Morar? Loch Morar. I don't know if it's connected to Loch Ness or not. I don't know if it's sort of in the same place or whatever, but you know, that's a very, very similar. Tell Tim not to mention Nicola. She's in the bad books at the minute. Now, am I right? Tim says they are separate bodies of waters. They are separate bodies of water in the Highlands. So there you go. Now, am I right in saying, or does anybody know that back maybe quite a few years ago, there was something found? Thank you, Linda. Yeah, different bodies of water. Pardon me. I'll just take a drink there. Did someone tell me that years and years and years ago, when they were looking for the Loch Ness monster in Loch Ness, that there was if I'm wrong, let me know, but something comes into my memory. Was there a World War plane or something found in the Loch, or did I dream that? I remember vividly something about it was a Loch or something. In the Loch, there was a World War plane was found. Does anybody remember that? I'm gonna have Tim tortured tonight. Do you remember that, Tim? Or am I imagining things? But I know it had something to do that when they were looking for, obviously they were looking for the monster. People were investigating, and whatever they came across. I think it was a World War II plane. I don't know why I told you that, but just I told you for useless information or something. You know what I mean? But as far as I know, there was a plane found in the bottom of the Loch as well. If I'm wrong, tell me. I don't know, but just brings back a memory for me. Yeah, there's something about that. Okay, right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go from one extreme to another. We are going to leave Scotland now, and we're going to leave the water, and we're going to go to the sky. And what we're actually going to look at, we're going to go from sea creatures, sea serpents, and we're now going to have to touch on the subject of UFOs. Now, this is only an introduction to this tonight, folks. I might do something maybe deeper into this, but this is just an introduction. So, for a bit of fun, don't leave me. For a bit of fun. Well, it's not a bit of fun, but there's a video I have here. And it's obviously, I know about you, but when you hear about UFO sightings, you always hear about America. You always hear in America, they're always having UFO sightings, and it always seems to be in America. That's what I feel anyway, right? So, again, if I'm wrong, I'll get the bacon off me, right? So, what we're going to do is we are going to look at the top 10 UFO sightings on behalf of Mojo, which is on YouTube. Check out their channel. Of UK sightings, not American sightings, UK sightings. And believe it or not, one of these 10 sightings was actually witnessed by a celebrity who used to sing in the 80s. The plot thickens. So let's look at the top 10 UK UFO sightings. So here we go. I don't bring it up. Let's see if we can find it now. Where is it? Is that it? Is that there? I think is that it? England and Ireland too. Anywhere, Samuel? I don't know. To tell you the truth, I haven't seen it. I don't know where all these are. So just trying to find the video here. I think this is it here. Hold on. What do we say?
More and more people, disillusioned with life on Earth, want to believe in a force outside their understanding.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 UFO sightings in Britain.
No one has the vaguest explanation for the mystery of Dark Peak.
It's really in your own interest and in the interest of this country that these things are happening.
With a big round dome, a very dark grey colour.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at the most amazing, convincing, and historic alleged UFO sightings that have been recorded throughout modern Britain's history. Can you think of any other tantalizing UFO sightings? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. Number 10. The Warminster Lights. Wiltshire is a county located in southwest England. It is notable for its numerous country houses, beautiful valleys, and for housing various ancient landmarks like Stonehenge. It's also home to Warminster, the UFO capital of England.
What I did see was a green, shimmering light for about a quarter of an hour.
The town's first alleged UFO sighting occurred in 1964, and since then, hundreds of people have reported seeing mysterious lights in the sky. In June 2001, witnesses described a slow-moving light, Others have reported 3 bright lights arranged in a triangular formation. One man by the name of Mike Booth even reported seeing a metallic craft while out cycling. Number 9. Kim Wilde's reports. Do UFO sightings seem more credible if celebrities report them? English singer Kim Wilde, perhaps best known for her 1981 single, Kids in America, reported seeing a UFO-like phenomenon in June of 2009. While enjoying time in her Hertfordshire garden, Wilde saw a light behind a cloud with a similar hue as the moon. As she told BBC News, it proceeded to zip around very quickly in a back and forth formation and shifted something in the air. This exact same phenomenon was reported by Diane and Andy Pryor of Welwyn Garden City, a town also located in Hertfordshire. They told the Welwyn Hatfield Times the light was above the clouds, swinging left to right. Number 8.
Hold on. I don't even know. That's our Kim Wilde. Anybody who's not old enough to remember Kim Wilde, she was about in the 80s. We're the kids in America. Whoa. And all that. And apparently she's seen a UFO, so does that make it more credible because she's a celebrity? You know. By the way, folks, I have an update here. Tim for Life has come back here and said the World War II plane that was found in Loch Ness, so I was right, is now on display at the Brooklands Museum in Surrey. So I wasn't imagining things. I was not imagining things, so I was right. What's Tim say? Hold on. The UFO sightings in the UK are me and my travels. Oh no, you and your bloody holidays. Linda says, Sam says, I watch Mojo too. Linda says, we also have the Island of the Dead in Fermanagh where the serpent people have been seen. I thought I read that out earlier on. It's just come up again. Well, anyway, I read it out again anyway. So there you go, our Kim Wilde, Kids of America, has been seeing UFOs. There you go. Right, let's carry on.
The Dark Peak sonic booms.
No one has the vaguest explanation for the mystery of Dark Peak.
The Dark Peak is part of an upland area in central England known as the Peak District. It encompasses Derbyshire, Staffordshire, and the Greater Manchester area, among others. The area is known for its numerous aircraft accidents, owing mainly to inexperienced pilots and poor visibility. In 1997, a triangular-shaped aircraft was noticed flying over the area. Roughly 1 hour later, people reportedly heard 2 massive sonic booms in the skies above Dark Peak. Fearing another crashed aircraft, the Royal Air Force went to investigate. The search included helicopters, sniffer dogs, and hundreds of volunteers. Yet they failed to find anything of note. The case remains unexplained to this day. Number 7. The Robert Taylor Incident. This story involves a Scottish forester named Robert Taylor. While walking Deckmont Law with his dog, Taylor saw a flying dome hovering over the forest floor. He reported smelling something like burning brakes and was allegedly abducted by mini spheres in the shape of sea mines. Taylor proceeded to lose consciousness, and when he returned home, he appeared scraped and disheveled.
They came right up beside me, and I remember feeling a tug at that time. A very powerful smell, a choking sort of smell, and that was it.
When he later returned with the police, officers reported seeing ladder-shaped marks in the ground. They subsequently filed it as an assault, making this the only UFO case to be subjected to an official criminal investigation. Number 6. Clapham Wood sightings. Located on the very southern tip of England in the county called West Sussex, there is a woodland area known as Clapham Wood. This is an infamous location in English lore, as it's said to be the site of satanic activity, unexplained deaths, ghosts, pets growing mysteriously ill, and yes, numerous UFO sightings. Suffice to say, it is very creepy. The area was subjected to alleged UFO phenomena beginning sometime in the 1960s, and these reports continued well into the following decade. Numerous articles have been written about the forest, but unfortunately, nothing has ever explained the area's eerie
I'll catch up in your comments just in a wee minute, folks.
phenomena. Number 5. The West Frew Incident. Located on the southwestern tip of Scotland is the site of a defence contractor working for the Ministry of Defence. This was once the location of a Royal Air Force station which operated from 1937 to 2001. Back in 1957, they experienced a truly unusual piece of aviation phenomena. A massive object, roughly the size of a ship, was observed on radar hovering at 50,000 feet over the Irish Sea. It remained stationary for 10 minutes before quickly rising to 70,000 feet and making what is reported to be an impossible sharp turn and disappearing. A report written in 2009 by Martin Shaw of the National Aviation Reporting Centre on Anomalous Phenomena found no satisfactory explanation of these radar targets. Number 4. Lakenheath Bentwaters Incident. The RAF was subjected to another UFO encounter on the night of August 13, 1956. Numerous objects were reported on the radar, including something coming from the sea at several thousand miles per hour. A crew was sent out to investigate, but found nothing. Later in the evening, an object traveling upward of 4,000 miles per hour was observed on the radar. Concurrently, a fast-moving white light was seen by a pilot and ground personnel. Another pilot at nearby Lakenheath reported being chased by an unidentified target for 10 minutes. The controversial Condon Committee made a famous declaration by saying, in this case, the probability that at least one genuine UFO was involved appears to be fairly high. Number 3. Exercise Main Brace. In September 1952, the newly established Allied Command Atlantic launched a large-scale naval operation called Exercise Main Brace. They deployed various NATO technologies, including aircraft carriers and anti-submarine forces, to simulate an attack on Europe. Various UFOs were spotted throughout the operation. On September 13, the crew of a Danish destroyer observed a fast-moving triangular-shaped object with a blue glow. The crew of the USS Franklin D. Roosevelt noticed numerous silver spheres following the aircraft carrier. The most famous reports came from Topcliffe, England, when RAF crewmen observed a circular object following a fighter jet before zipping off at unimaginable speed. The reports were so alarming that the British Air Ministry opened a so-called UFO desk the following year to research and report on UFO phenomenon. Number 2. The Stan Hubbard Sighting. Stan Hubbard was a test pilot working for Britain's Royal Aircraft Establishment. On the night of August 15, 1950, Hubbard discovered a grey discus-shaped object rimmed with sparkling lights rocking from side to side and travelling at amazing speed. 2 weeks later, he and a group of RAF personnel observed the exact same object. Everyone was visited by the Ministry of Defence's Flying Saucer Working Party, a group of intelligence officers and scientists tasked with deducing UFO observations. They concluded that it was likely a normal aircraft and that Hubbard had deceived himself about its shape and speed. The second sighting was also reported as a regular aircraft, and the RAF personnel had been influenced by Hubbard's first story to believe it was a UFO. But how could this be? Number 1. Britain's first flying saucer. It all began in June of 1950. While flying over Portsmouth, the pilot of a Gloucester Meteor reportedly witnessed a bright, circular and metallic object travelling at great speed, roughly 1,000 feet above him. RAF Tangmere corroborated with RAF Watling, who confirmed reports of an unidentified object on their planned position indicator. However, a further investigative report by the research branch found no connection between the two occurrences. Regardless, this story proved so alluring that it led to the creation of the aforementioned Flying Saucer Working Party. They in turn attributed the PPI phenomena as simple interference and the UFO as a meteorological balloon whose speed was greatly exaggerated by the pilots, or was it an actual UFO? Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch.
Okay, folks, so that's the end of it. So there you go. There's the top 10 sightings. Haha. Now we're going to see if I can get myself back up here again. Now, hold on. It was say. Around there. Right. Okay. So a couple of comments to read out here. Now, Linda did send a comment there which didn't come up, but then when Carrie replied to it, it did come up. And it says, the best person to talk to about UFOs, Barry. Yes, I remember you speaking to me about Barry when you were here that night, Linda, local paranormal and UFO investigator. He travels around the world researching and talking about the phenomenon. Ooh, that could be a possibility if I ask him nicely. Now, Linda says, does Loch connect to Loch Ness? No. Apparently, they're two separate bodies of water. Now, Tracy Weewigs, our Tracy, has said something that actually does fascinate me as well, is about the crop circles in the fields. You know, these big circles of flattened grass and nobody can explain them. That's another one that's a bit of a mystery. Sam. Sam says, in the 60s, most people smoked weed. I myself don't believe in UFO. I watch crap on TV. Now, was there not some... Tell me this or tell me more before we finish tonight. Was there not something about... Was there not supposed to be information that was going to be released by Donald Trump about the UFO files and stuff? Were they all not going to be released or something that we're all going to hear the truth? Or am I imagining that as well? I imagine a lot of things, and I don't know if it's true or not. But I remember something about that they were going to release these files about all these people, all these places like them, big aircraft carriers and all them places years ago over in America. They were going to release the files about it, or am I imagining that? I don't know. No, I don't think I am. So there you go, folks. There is a little taste of just a wee taste, because we're actually going to go further into this in a couple of weeks, but I'm not going to say any more. Now, next week, we are staying on the same theme type thing, but I can't say what it is because it just has to be confirmed after I finish tonight. But we have hopefully I'm going to have a very interesting person here next week. Timberlake says the UFA files are to be released by Trump in September. I knew that. Sam says the government hides a lot of stuff from us. And Tracy Weewigs says that'll be the next thing. Our aliens will be moving in. But the thing about it is, how do we know that they already haven't moved in? That's the question. Because you don't know who's around you. Makes you think, doesn't it? Right, as I say, next week, I'm hoping to have someone here. I'm going to be messaging them after I finish tonight, and I will put it up later on. But if I can get this person in, it's going to be a fascinating night. Because this girl, that's all I'm going to say, they're here. That's it, Linda. Do you know something? I used to love the X-Files. Now, see, when I watched the X-Files, I used to love the early series, not the later ones, but the early ones. Tracy says true. Sam says Tracy next door to you. Don't start her. Right. So next week, we're going to have this girl who hopefully will be coming on, was on one of, she was on Auntie Lillian's Pop It In podcast episode 18 on Auntie Lillian's YouTube channel at Auntie Lillian, and she is fascinating. But I don't want to say nothing until I get it 100. I'm 98% Sure, because she's coming on here for me, and she's also coming on TikTok for me as well. So that's going to give you maybe the ones on TikTok a wee bit of a clue who it is. She's a lovely, lovely person. And all I'm going to say is she's connected to James Farsight Medium, who was on the old group last year. And that's all I'm going to say. Sam saying good night to everybody already. Now, just before we go, for a bit of fun, Tim says the X-Files were based on true life FBI agents and their cases. Are we ways to saying good night as well? Before we go, here's a bit of fun for you. I'm just going to finish off with this video. Auntie Lillian and our AJ Walker music have been going around care homes at the minute because, as you know, it's difficult for the residents in care homes to get the day in, basically. And what they've been doing, they've been going around sort of trying. Yes, Sam, I will be doing one of them nights too because I know you really, really enjoy them. I have a couple of things up my sleeve at the minute, so just bear with me, okay? So, I'm dealing in our AJ Walker music, I'm going around care homes cheering the people up. So we were at, they were at one today, and they're actually going to another one tomorrow. Hence me being late tonight. And they were at Fruit Hill Care Home down in it's down near Andersonstown in Belfast, and it's a very, very small home. There's only 35 residents in the home, and I'm just going to say something. It was an amazing afternoon, and the staff were absolutely fantastic. AJ still hasn't found a care home for Lillian. She'll bait the bake at you, Tim. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to leave you with a wee bit of a highlight of what actually happened today. And I'll see you all next week. Good night. There we go. Hello, there's your Auntie Lillian writing about the day again. We're in our care home today. We are in Fruit Hill Private Care Home there down in Belfast. Any clips that you see coming up, all permission has been given for residents to be shown. Let's get this party started there.
Proves it right, because tonight I want the light, because tonight I want bright girl in the rain. She looks like a sugar in a bowl. Sing it out, here we go. Show me your motion. Come on, show me your motion. Show me your motion. She looks like a sugar in a bowl. She looks like